Hello, this is Paul, and this is a bonus episode of Legendary Adventures Podcast. Let's talk a bit about Mario. From the very beginning, the Zelda series and the Super Mario Bros. Series have been intertwined. Zelda co-creators Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka also designed the first Super Mario Bros. Game at the same time as they were working on the original Legend of Zelda. The two games inspired each other, and Miyamoto and Tezuka shifted assets between the two as well. In this podcast, I've talked about the fire bars, which appeared in A Link to the Past, which were actually a transplant from the Super Mario Bros. Castle stages, but which Miyamoto and Tezuka also admit that they had originally created for Zelda before moving them to Mario. A Link to the Past and Super Mario World were also developed in tandem with each other, and Ocarina of Time's development began while the Super Mario 64 team was still hard at work. Journalists and others have noticed similarities between Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. In an interview, Takashi Tezuka said, "Because Ocarina of Time was being released after Mario, we wanted to try doing some things we weren't able to put in Super Mario 64. That was the development team's chief motivation. If what we did in Mario 64 used 60% of the N64 capabilities, I think we were able to get Zelda to reach 80 or even 90. Yoshiaki Koizumi said, "I do think they are often made in pairs. They both fell into the category of 3D open-world action games. I didn't really see a difference between them." Going back to A Link to the Past and talking about the fire bars, which were seen in both that game and the original Mario Bros., A Link to the Past also featured the first cameo in the series from the Chain Chomp enemies which first appeared in Mario 3. They would make a bigger and more prominent appearance in Link's Awakening. That is, to my memory, the last appearance that I can think of where the Chain Chomps appeared within a Zelda game. It's possible that they might have snuck in somewhere else. If you know of one, you can let me know. But Miyamoto has revealed that they were actually intended to also appear in Ocarina of Time. He said it was supposed to happen in Gerudo's Fortress. He said, if the Chain Chomp grabbed Link, he'd be bound by chains, and it would only escape by using the hammer to break the chain links. Miyamoto did not explain why this idea was ultimately scrapped. So Zelda and Mario do share a common history, and they do share ideas and even characters, and yet they feel distinct from each other. Shigeru Miyamoto said, "Even though the underlying structures of the two games are converging, emotionally I think that most people will have different experiences with the two games. With Zelda, you're supposed to be in a certain age, in a certain year in the past, and you're put into certain situations. You will feel or even smell the air, and feel how warm or cold it gets in the Zelda world. It will feel like a very different game." Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for listening to this bonus episode. If you liked it and you want to see more, some of my episodes that I'm doing on Ocarina of Time right now, you can check them out on YouTube or on your favorite podcasting platform. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. In the meantime, I will see you later. Bye.